Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Home Staging Talk Show Live. I'm Jenny Norris, your host, and today is Wednesday, October 3rd. So, hey, we're already into the fall, which is pretty exciting. We have a lot of colors changing here, which is pretty cool. So thank you all for joining as we get started here. So hopefully you guys are all coming on. Make sure you guys are watching. Home Staging Talk Show Live, good morning everybody, is brought to you by the International Association of Home Staging Professionals. And we are very excited to be able to have this live broadcast every week. We bring on different guests and have different topics. We talk about relevant to the industry to help you with success, topics of interest, whether you're building a business or working with a team or just life issues and so forth. Hey Edie. So thank you all for tuning in. As you're coming on, if you guys could go ahead and hit that share button, that'd be awesome. Then that'll reach as many people as we can with the segment. And today we have a special guest, which is going to be Joseph Haecker. He's going to be joining us not only today, but also at our conference. And so I'm excited to talk with him about what he's going to be doing the next couple of weeks, and specifically what's happening at High Point. He has put together this kind of informal HGTV Stars reunion, and it looks like there's gonna be a lot of people there, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll talk about that and how those of you that are going to be at High Point can join into that. So before we get started, hi Tanisha, so good to see you. So before we get started, I just have a couple of announcements. Hey Kevin, our conference of course is October 18th, 19th, and 20th, so that's a little over 2 weeks away. So we're down to the wire. There are still people that are signing up, which is great. We have a few seats left. We did manage to find a few more when we reworked the vendor. People that were coming found some extra spots for people. So we're excited for the big turnout that we're going to have, and it's going to be very exciting. So we kick that off. Registration kicks off at 4:30 at the Westin. And if you're a VIP, you're going to have your own expedited VIP line to get you through there fast. We have a wonderful expo planned for you with all of our vendors. We have 32 companies that will be displaying, and they're really excited to meet all of you. And then we will have food in the ballroom, and also cash bars, and we're going to have karaoke. There'll be a dance floor, there'll be a DJ, there'll be a photo booth, so it's going to be a really fun night for everybody. And then Friday we kick off with our educational sessions bright and early at 9 a.m. So either bring, get some caffeine, and you depending on how late you stayed up on Thursday. But we're gonna have a really great session. So we'll kick it off with a welcome, and then our first speakers coming up. We're gonna have, I believe, Fred Burns, who is gonna be talking about business building and marketing. We have Nahid Oberfeld, who'll be talking about coaching. She's a coaching expert. She'll be talking about mindset strategies to boost your income. And then following her is, I don't have the schedule in front of me, so now I'm drawing a blank. But anyhow, someone else that's really great. And then our breakout sessions in the afternoon. I want to say Joanne Lynette Weary was up next, so that's in my head. So talking about color. And also one day decorating, how you can add that to your business, which is going to be a really great session. And then we'll have our breakout sessions. So those of you that are watching, if you have not yet signed up for your breakout sessions, you need to do that, because we want to make sure that everybody has a place to go Friday afternoon. And so you'll sign up for 2 sessions in the first segment and 2 sessions in the second. And there's 8 topics total. And I've been sharing with everybody that we are going to be videotaping all the breakout sessions. So if you are not able to get into one because it's already full, don't be concerned. We are going to videotape all of them, and all those will be made available to all of the attendees. So just all the topics are going to be great. They'll benefit you in some ways. So just get your breakout sessions set. And then following the breakout sessions, we're all going to get back to that ballroom, because upcoming will be the Scott brothers, and they will share probably starting around 4:20, 4:30-ish for about 45 minutes. They'll do Q&A for 15, give out some prizes, and then that will be followed by their book signing and meet and greet. And again, we will be really productive with that time, because they do have a limited window with us, and we have a large group. So anyway, we're excited for that. Friday's going to be very full. And then after that's done, that's still not the end of the day. You'll have about 45 minutes to change, freshen up, and that's our big awards dinner. So we have a nice sit-down dinner in another ballroom, and we'll be giving out awards and also doing our live auction, so to raise money for Worldwide Staging Service Week. Thank you to everybody who has contributed and donated live auction items for that. If you do have something that you would like to donate, simply email me at Jenny, JENNIE at IAHSP.com. Right now we're looking at about 72,000 in donations we've received so far between trips and coaching sessions and education. So remember, all of the proceeds, I'm kind of frozen. All of the proceeds go to support World Staging Service Week. I feel like my mouth is on my body. Okay, so, and then we're going to we'll wrap up with the big awards tonight, and then Saturday we kick off again around 9 a.m. with Barb Schwartz, your keynote speaker for inspirational keynote, followed by our luxury home staging designation that we're going to be teaching, and that will feature 4 different experts in that industry niche, which is Debbie Boggs, Sandra Holmes, Blair Hamady, and Karen Mendenhall. You guys are going to learn a lot, and you'll earn your LHS designation, and then you'll have to turn in projects to us that show that you've actually done a luxury property to get the logo to start branding yourself as a luxury specialist. Then there'll be lunch break, and then following that we'll have our afternoon sessions. So we'll have, again, I'm not looking at the schedule, so this is by memory. I know Scott Hansen is wrapping up the day. He's our business keynote speaker. He's going to be fabulous, and so you definitely don't want to miss him. And I'll look at the schedule when I have Joseph on to kind of fill in the gaps. But anyway, the whole schedule's on the IHOSP Con Expo site. So if you are, somebody just emailed me asking about that, what the schedule is, that's on the website. The times are pretty, close to what's on there. They've adjusted slightly, but our goal is to keep things on time. In the afternoon on Saturday, by the way, we're going to hear from Sonia Radovinovich, who is our European IHOSP president. She'll be sharing about what's going on in Europe, and we'll touch a little bit about Latin America, but mostly what's happening there. So I'm excited to have her share. And then Joseph, who is our special guest today, he will be sharing as well a little bit about some things that are coming up that he's working on in conjunction with IHOSP. So anyway, we've got a great 2.5 packed days for you. If you are going to the High Point Wholesale Experience, and there's still time to sign up for that, that is October 16th, so that's going to be on Tuesday. So Tuesday you would travel to High Point. We're going to have an orchestrated, organized tour with our group. We'll break into subgroups. You have until October 5th, which is this Friday, to get your ticket registration through High Point, through their portal. And you need to do that. If you don't get it done by the 5th, then what you need is your resale license, your business license, and your business card or driver's license. Resale license, driver's license, business card. So make sure that you get that done. If for some reason you missed that deadline, you can still go. You still do need to register through their site. You'll just pick up your badges and tickets at High Point versus having them mail them to you. So, and then I need those of you that are on the tour, I need your resale license, your driver's license, and business card, because we are going to be setting up accounts hopefully ahead of time with these key vendors to save time when you're at market. So I have a database going along, and we want to make sure that we get everybody registered. The tour is going to begin at 9 a.m., Yolanda, so we're going to kick off at 9. People will be driving down from Charlotte. Some people are staying in the High Point area. So I believe we're going to be kicking off at Fazy, who's one of our premier sponsors. They're hosting a breakfast for us. And then from that point, you guys will disperse into different groups. That's the plan anyway. So we will be sending out detailed information to everybody. So if you'd like to still sign up for the High Point Wholesale Experience, you can. Just do it soon so we can send you everything you need. Then, of course, on Sunday, those of us that are attending the Advanced Stager Training Day, that'll be on Sunday, that's going to kick off. I think I'm starting that at 9:30 or 10 to give us a little bit of a buffer, because after Saturday, I know people are going to want to hang out and talk and so forth. So that's going to be a workshop for people who have 6-figure businesses or above. And so that's in conjunction with IHOSP, is the one facilitating it, in conjunction with HSRA, so Jana Usselton, Joanne Lynette Weary, who's the JLW company, and Melissa Morrow, who's with RAVE. And so the 4 of us will be leading the workshop. There'll be times that we break apart to, hey, webinar participants. Thanks, Kathy. We're going to break into smaller groups, and take you aside, for like an hour and a half. We'll have smaller subgroups. And the goal is that any issues you're having, we want to help you guys grow through them. And so it's an intensive workshop, honesty on the table and so forth, and no judgment at all. It's a totally supportive environment, but, we will be honest with experiences and so forth to help you hopefully avoid some pitfalls as you're growing. So that's on Sunday. And then Monday, we're still not done. Then on Monday and Tuesday, it's a great opportunity for those of you that are going to be there anyway, or who perhaps live in the area, to attend Joanne Leonard Wary's color course. So it's a 2-day course, Monday and Tuesday. The goal is to equip you to be a confident color course, be able to recommend confidently color confidently, tongue-tied, to recommend color to your clients confidently. And so she really breaks down, if you've ever even seen her sessions at conference or just her Facebook Live sessions, the goal is, she gets really in depth with the color wheel, how to understand color, how to want them complete versus compete. So she explains a lot. And anybody that goes through that class, you're going to exit feeling capable and confident to recommend color, because I know when I first got started in staging, somebody would ask to recommend a color, and I'm like, I know what I like. And, you kind of paint your own houses, but sometimes the colors aren't that great, or they don't quite go well. Well, it's a totally different story when you're recommending for clients, because you really do have to know what you're doing. And so you take into consideration things, the permanent features such as cabinets and flooring. For example, if there's a pinky grout in a floor, you don't want to be recommending something that's too yellow. So she's going to give a lot of, really, really great information. And the goal then is you can use that designation or the certification that you're going to be earning, and that knowledge then to really build this side of your business. And we talk about having different specialties that you have outside of staging residential properties for sale. So that might be something that, you have as a business aspect that will carry you through when, let's say, the resale market might slow down in your market. So people always need color recommendations. It doesn't have to just be on the house that's for sale. It could be for anybody. So when you start marketing yourself that way, and then of course we have different paint partners that we work with, you really are equipped to offer a great service for your clients. So if you're interested in that, there's information on our conference site. You can also reach out to Joanne directly. She's giving a little bit of a little discount to iHosp members. So make sure you ask her for that, and take the opportunity, because she's going to be there live. And she's an amazing trainer. She's a wonderful person. She's funny. So, if I wasn't already going to High Point, Charlotte, I arrive on the 13th. If I wasn't already there the whole week, I probably would stay. But I know by the time Monday rolls around, I'll be ready to go home. So sometime in the future, I hope to take advantage and take that class, because I think it'd be very beneficial. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in again. Home Staging Talk Show Live. And if you would go ahead and share this segment on your page, just hit the share button on your phone or on your computers. That helps us reach as many people as possible. So I just also want to encourage and thank those of you that have contributed to Orlando Reyes' GoFundMe. People are still contributing. I'll post an update soon. He is very grateful for all of the support. He didn't ask for it. We just thought it was the right thing to do to help him. And anybody in the industry that if you're struggling or have a challenge, just let us know. There's a, community, sense of community, even though you might be a friendly competitor with somebody in a market, if something happens to them, I know none of us would be like, well, good, let more business for me. Nobody would really feel that way, I hope. So it's important to support each other. So with that said, the GoFundMe, I can do an update. So you'll see that. Those of you who have been thinking about contributing $5, $25, $50, whatever is on your heart, I know he would greatly appreciate that. So, all right, that is it for announcements. And good, I'm right on track. So, Joseph, you're the man today. So I know I saw you watching. So go ahead and request to join in. For Pamela, so Pamela, also, I don't have your menu selections. I'm just going to put that out there for you and your husband. And I emailed, so you need to let me know if you guys want chicken, beef, or vegetarian. Secondly, oh, good, thank you, Pamela. Secondly, I think you are on the, are you on the High Point tour? Anyway, there's something happening where maybe you're not getting our emails, so we need to maybe chat offline. But I do need your menu options. Those of you that are watching, if you haven't let me know what you're eating for Friday's dinner, this Friday I got to turn all the menu options in, and so you're all going to get chicken if you haven't gotten back to me. And it's a great, nicely prepared. So it's just the safest thing to give people that haven't responded. Lots of chicken. So, all right, Joseph, it's your turn to come on. So I know he was watching. So, Friday dinner, by the way. All right, who wants beef and who wants chicken, Pamela? So just tell me while we're waiting for Joseph. Friday's dinner, by the way, is optional dress-up attire. So there will be those of us that will be looking at, dressing up a little bit fancier. And you don't have to. So don't go buy a dress if you don't have one, unless you really want to have that for the season. But it's, red carpet gala, so it's going to be decked out. And so we'd love to see as many of you as possible come and, dress up a little bit for the awards ceremony. And we have a lot of award winners, so thank you all for submitting those. That's awesome. So, all right, I see, Joseph, that you're on. Pam is beef and Stan is chicken. Okay. All right, I got it. All right, Joseph is going to come on here. Let me get him added. Approve. Okay, there we go. He's an expert at this. What happened? Okay. Did something happen with the... All right. I got Facebook. Better not do this to me today. Did you get a request, Joseph? Because it keeps bouncing back for me to approve you. This happened a couple weeks ago. They'll be invited to bring Joseph Haecker on camera. Yes. Okay. Facebook is doing something weird. I'm going to exit out. I'm going to clear requests. I'll come back in. Joseph. This happened a couple weeks ago where I was adding people on my end and it just wasn't connecting through Facebook. So I'm not sure why it does that. So I hope that doesn't happen. But if it does, we can always use my trusty phone. But I'd love to see him in person. I want to know where he is right now. Because I'm sure he's not, he's based out of California, the West Coast, but he travels so much. And I know he'll be at High Point. So he's going to come back on. The High Point wholesale experience. And High Point, I think, kicks off on Sunday. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So it's full schedule. So those of you that are going, you want to get there and get around. And then our tour, of course, is on Tuesday. So we're going to take you to specific vendors that we partner with. And those of you that are going to be joining us, make sure you get your, okay, pin this comment. So Joseph, I clicked. Nope. There's no link, Joseph. I see you. Oh, somebody help me with this. Okay. Make sure that you get your information in for the High Point tour so that we can expedite everything. It's going to be really fun. So the vendors are super excited to meet all of you. So Joseph, I'm clicking, but there's no link. It's weird. So try coming on again. I don't know, Krista, can one of you guys share this segment to his page, or maybe I can message him the link or something? I don't know why Facebook is doing this. They annoy me. Okay, let me do this here. So I'm on my computer too. It's got that weird glow in my glasses, so I apologize. So let's see here. Facebook. Every once in a while, it does this funky thing where I can't get people on, and I don't know why. Okay, now it says adding. Woo! 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 Oh, and he and I do this all the time, so it should be like old hat. So he's trying to connect right now. So that's a good sign that it says adding on the top. Okay, he should be coming in. I lost you. Joseph! Okay, here he is again. Approve. Add. Okay, it's probably a connection thing. I don't know where you are. Are you in a place where there's sketchy Wi-Fi? Now it's doing the same thing where it's, okay, it keeps bouncing you out. I'm going to have you exit out again and then come back on. So adding you, here I'm going to add you this way. Add. Okay, I just sent you a request. Gotta love Facebook, especially when it's live. So, hey, those of you that are coming for the first time to the conference, I'm excited. And you're going to learn a lot. And every year it's sort of funny because we have, really great attendance and people are super excited, and then they always are like really jazzed for the next year. So, make a commitment to yourself that you always set aside the time to come to conference. The dates next year we already have. We'll be announcing those at conference for you so you can plan. And we're working on the location. So we're very excited to have everybody who's coming. I mean, we have sold out the event because we can't fit any more people in the in the ballroom for dinner. So I think there's something like, Krista can help me with that, like six or eight spots left. And I'd really like those to go to people who are going to attend the educational sessions, because that's really where you benefit. And hopefully you were staying at the hotel. If you're not, know that after the sessions are over, there's often gatherings and conversations continue on, so it might be kind of late hours. We don't want anybody driving after you might have had a little drinky poo, so we'll have people on the watch for that, and we can get Ubers and stuff for you if you're not staying at the hotel. So, okay, I don't know what Facebook is doing. So Joseph, I sent you a request to come on, so I'm not, Krista says there's 6 tickets left. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to add you, Joseph, see if this will send you a little request. So I just sent you the thing, and it goes on for like a millisecond, and then it disappears. So, okay, well, he'll join us. Next week, we're going to have Kate, the socialite, on, and what she does is social media postings for everybody, or she has a business where she can help you with that. So I know that's a big challenge for people, and in fact, somebody who just took the class asked about more information on social media. So if you are struggling with that, join in our segment next week, but also make sure to watch these social media fast tracks. There's 2 sessions. And I had my daughter on, Lauren, who was a journalism communication major, and that's what she did for realtors and so forth. She does blogging and social media postings, and so there are still tickets available, Stephanie. So there's a handful of tickets. So hi, Joseph. Let's try this again. So Lauren did social media, and so she's on the segment because, she, all these different apps are coming out. I'm like, okay, what does this one do? And do I need to have it? And hi, honey. And do I need to take my time to do that, or which ones do I really need to be focusing on for my business? And that's all changing. Some of them, like, you think about it, remember back in the day, and I never had a page on this, but what was it called? It was before Facebook. What was that platform that all the kids were using? MySpace. That's like pretty much defunct now. So these apps have to keep staying up on it. They're adding new features like video and going live and so forth. Like Instagram, you can do that through. Of course, Snapchat, you have to figure out where you want to be. So next week we'll have Kate on, and she'll talk about how she can help you with a lot of that. And then I'm going to plan on having, hopefully, Kelly Ellis, if it works for her schedule next week. I want to talk to her about her fundraiser that she's doing and just her business and so forth. And then the following week we'll be in High Point, but I'm going to get, hopefully, Christy Barnett on. Your avatar. Okay, is this your avatar? Okay, I don't know, Joseph. I'm going to go to you. Let's see here. What's your avatar? Your headshot, you mean? Your little circle thing? You don't have a little green camera by you. That's what I'm not seeing. So this is really weird. You don't have, everybody else has a little green camera, but you don't, so I can't bring you on. So something is a phone setting. Everybody else has a little green video camera, so I could bring them on live, which I might just actually tag one of you. So Christy Barnett, so I want to bring her on. We're going to talk about the psychology of staging. So that was sort of my plan for today, and she wasn't available, and I didn't give her enough notice. That was my fault. So I just decided that's a great topic to wait until after conference when my brain can regroup. So we'll go live from conference on Wednesday, and then you'll see all the happenings that's going on for the hotel setup and so forth. We'll be doing centerpieces and getting the bags together, and hey, Sonia. So that'll be fun. I don't have a specific topic. It'll just be like live from the conference. And then, of course, there'll be a lot of segments going live during the conference. So Joseph's going to be there. He'll be interviewing some of our guests. We'll have Lauren, who's on staff. She'll be doing some of the social media live segments as well. And so you'll get little nuggets. And I will tell you that for the Scott Brothers session, there will be no live video due to their contract terms with us. So if there is anything, it'll be us putting it out live, but they're very restrictive on who can videotape, where their content goes, etc. So you'll all be able to take pictures with them, you'll be able to post selfies and so forth. But when they're up on stage, that's going to be one of the things. I'll be sending out an email to everybody because I talked to their staff last week, and that was what they shared with me. So Joseph, if this isn't working, we may have to have you call my cell phone. So let me know. It's weird because it's normally when somebody's trying to come on, or you can add somebody, there's a little green video camera is what it looks like, a little icon by your head, and his does not have that. So he was asking me to bring him on that way, but there must be something with the connection where he is, perhaps. I don't know. So, Joseph, if you're watching, just call my cell phone, 303-717-7918. So 303-717-7918. So if you want to do that, and I can also see if I can message that to you if you're on Facebook. So I bet it is I'm really looking forward to seeing you, Karen. So Karen from the Netherlands. So she is coming. There's a big contingent coming from your area, so I'm very excited about that. We're going to have fun. We're going to have fun. And so, when you're there, get around and meet people. Some of the best people I've met in the industry that have been lifelong friends, I have met at conference. So, do your best. You're going to have your regular pals that you like to see and connect with, but get out of your little circle, if you will, and meet some new people. In fact, set a goal at conference to meet, let's just say 5 new people, and then ask them about their business and find out about them so that when you leave, you have a connection that can be maintained. So still doing this. I don't know why, Joseph, it is so bizarre. You have a green camera, so let's see if I can do it this way. Approve. Okay, so write a comment, Joseph, because I did see the little green camera by your head. I'll see if I can bring you on that way. So we'll get that working. So set a goal to meet at least 5 new people. And someone, they could be from overseas, because, gosh, with Facebook and emails, you can stay in touch with people. And they could be somebody who is, where you want to be a few years from now, or they could be somebody who's new that they look at you like a mentor. So, do that as a goal, and that's how we create connections, because I love seeing all my friends when I go there, and time's going to go so fast. It feels like we've been planning this for a really long time, because we have. I'm typing Joseph my phone number. So we've been, planning this since the last conference ended, which was February 2017. We immediately set the date and then really got rolling like in the summer. And so, but the last few months have been at a pace that has just been escalated. And so I know by the end of it, I know some of us will feel like we just gave birth to a baby or something, like, oh my gosh, it's finally over. Oh, that's a good analogy or not. Anyway, so let's see, Joseph. Okay, I'm adding you. It keeps kicking it back. So comment something, because I did see the little camera, and at worst case, you just call my cell phone, which isn't my favorite thing to do, but at least we can get you on, because everybody wants to know what's happening at High Point for that Sunday event. So the, excuse me, this is not going to happen. I'm going to pray it away. I'm not going to get sick. Okay, in High Point on Sunday, there's the HGTV Stars reunion. So I want to know who's coming and what the lay of the land's going to be. So Joseph, if you just would type a comment. Oh, here you are. I see you. Oops, sorry, everybody, with my big hand. It doesn't, it's weird. I don't know why Facebook is doing this. Bring Joseph on camera. Yes, I would like to do that, Facebook. Thank you very much. It says adding, and then it pops away. So, I don't know. So, Joseph, just call my cell phone, 303-717-7918. I messaged you that number. I'm sad. But you'll get to meet him in person. And, of course, if you go to High Point, you got to look for him. So, he's the guy with the beard. And the tattoos, he's got some new ones he can tell us about. And he usually has a beanie in the wintertime, but he's been wearing a baseball cap lately. Mm-hmm. So his look, and then he usually has a t-shirt that has, one of the vendors that sponsor him, that he wears that. So he'll be moseying around, and he's just a great guy. And so call me, Joseph. There we are. He's calling. Yay. All right. Hi.
Facebook doing Facebooky things, huh?
I know, it's like Murphy's Law. I don't like it. I want to see you in person. So this works, though. I don't know why, because it just kept saying adding. I'd say yes, and then I would be like 1 second, the thing was back. It wasn't sending it to you for some reason. So it did this a couple weeks ago, too.
They keep making changes. I noticed yesterday that the people that could be added with the green camera showed up in the top right-hand corner of the screen, which was neat, but I wish they would leave it alone.
I know.
Just let us do this for 6 months, issue a big pack of changes after you thoroughly test it.
Right. Yeah.
Oh.
So where are you right now? What state?
I am in Vegas.
Okay.
I am working on, crazy enough, stuff for Vegas summer market. So I want to take people off of the. Have you been to the Vegas market?
I have, twice.
So it's pretty much is all done in the 3 buildings at the World Market Center. You got the A building, the B building, and the C building. It's amazing that about 6 o'clock, everything kind of shuts down.
Right.
And then you're just kind of like, okay, well, I guess I'll go hang out in Vegas. And for a lot of people, that's fun. They go hit the clubs. But for other people, they're like, well, the sightseeing's over, and Vegas isn't as appealing for some people, you know? So I want to create an event that happens after hours and showcases like Old Town Vegas and downtown Vegas, and
it'd be fun.
So people can experience Vegas.
Yeah, well, that sounds great. So, I mean, he's talking like next July, end of July, August is when Vegas market is. So that's how far ahead of time you have to plan these things. So thank you for what you're doing. And of course, you're doing that thing in January in Vegas too. You're doing the panel, which I'll be excited to be on. Then any of the educational things you're doing, any location, we're happy to participate. So just let us know how we can support you.
Yeah, on that one, so in January, what I'm looking to do is there's so many different aspects to the design industry. You could be an e-designer. You could be a hotel designer. You could design golf course or resorts. You could design stores, restaurants, office buildings as commercial design. So, and I think that sometimes we get really boxed in, and residential designers only know residential design, and they assume that, you know, commercial hospitality is so far out there, and how do I even get started? So putting together a panel of people from all the different careers within interior design in a Q&A session to answer questions on like, hey, so I'm doing this and I'd like to get into staging, or I'd like more information.
Right.
You know, so we can all learn how we can move around within the industry.
Right, because your creativity, your talent can be applied in a lot of different areas. It doesn't have to just be, like you're saying, one box. And so people who are looking to, you know, branch into other areas, they oftentimes they don't know how to do that, the best way to incorporate that and what the steps they need to take. So I think that's really great that you're doing that. So thank you.
Yeah, and there should be movement within the industry. And I don't like the wall building. I don't like that, you know, oh, I'm a hospitality designer, so I don't associate, you know, I don't understand residential design. And you're like, what? No, let's understand it then, because you may hate your job in hospitality, and you've always wanted something a little bit more free, working with your client, more interaction, and so maybe that's residential, maybe that's staging, maybe that's e-design. You know, we all change in life too. You got kids, and now maybe e-design is a better avenue than what you were pursuing. Right.
Or you get older and you can't physically do as much, you know, personal interaction and activity. So, but you still have ideas. And so being able to parlay that into income and not just have to stop just because you physically may not be able to handle the workload. I mean, because, staging is very physical. But then as, I've gotten older, I've been able to hire movers and then younger people to do a lot of the de-staging and staging, the physical part of it. And it's not like I can't do it. It's just, it's not my favorite, but I don't want to injure myself, and I have been. So I always say, as long as you have your mind and ideas, you could do this if you wanted to until you, are no longer on the earth. I mean, you really could. So I think it's a fabulous overall industry because it really isn't, it isn't ageist in regards to who can succeed. I think some of the shows definitely are. I don't know if I told you this, Joseph, but this casting director, I don't know if he's a director, but casting person for a new HGTV show reached out to me and, wanted to, they're doing a new staging show. And so the parameters they were looking for was females that were like in their early 20s, and had, design background and so forth. And I wrote back, and because he wanted me to send it out to the association members, and I said, I'll be happy to do that. However, I really think you need to rethink your demographic, because that's not who is the majority of the industry. And certainly there are younger women and men even that are in staging and design and very successful. But for our industry, the demographic age really is 40 plus, and a lot of them have families, and we're not all little sticks. We've had kids, and so I honestly would love to see someone that actually represents the industry. And so other people wrote, and they said it's just a media thing. I don't know. What do you think about that? I just feel like sometimes the shows are ageist.
And we're going to be hosting that the Design Stars Q&A on Monday at 1 o'clock at Chandra at High Point. And I think what's going to be unique about that is you're going to hear firsthand from several different seasons of Design Stars contestants about those behind-the-scenes deals. And in reality, HGTV, they're not teaching anybody about home remodels. That's not their thing. They're selling advertisement. They're selling advertisement to Sherwin-Williams and the different companies that pay for the commercials. They want people to watch, so they do go sexy. Right. It's got to have sex appeal. Drew and Jonathan, who are going to be keynote speaking,
I'm sexy.
They're good-looking guys. You know. If they weren't, would the show be as successful? I don't know. So they are selling. Donna Moss, when they were talking to her about her Donna Decorates Dallas show. You know that the original name was Donna Does Dallas? Yeah,
and that was that porn movie. I would have balked at that too if I were her.
Right?
Debbie Does Dallas.
So obviously this is where they start.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you pushed back because they have a problem with selling TV and not teaching the industry. My other concern for them doing a staging show is how they actually portray the staging business. I don't know that they're going to portray the ins and outs of the staging business, the warehousing, the inventory, the logistics, the planning, and the design. I think that they're going to do kind of like Joanna Gaines, where they move some stuff around and they decorate.
Right.
And my fear would be that this is another decorating show.
So we have to take control of that. I know that you and I have talked about that, but maybe we should just come up with a framework for a show that actually shows staging. And I know that was something that TDN was talking about. But it is because people, I think it's an industry that attracts a lot of people because they like to decorate and they think you just put a pillow and you karate chop it and you're done. But what about getting the business marketing to even get the clients and then the actual staging? There's like 16 steps from start to finish to do a vacant property. And the show only shows really like 1.5, not even a full step, like them unloading the truck and then doing a few little things in the house. But you don't see all the furniture selection and the loading and the unloading and the sweating. I mean, the sweating, you guys. I mean, at least, I don't know, I sweat. I can wring my hair out in the summertime here. I get so hot. And it's very physical, so they don't show that part of it because that's not the focus of the show. The staging is just sort of like, necessary to help us sell the property. But I would love to have a show that did, demonstrate all the ins and outs of what everybody does, whether it's staging or even design work. I mean, people don't have a perception or an idea unless they're actually in the industry of all the work it takes. There's a lot of logistics that don't get shown.
And I would think that for programming, it would be fairly easy to do kind of a behind the scenes, seeing the business owner walk into their office, going through like the calls for the day, talking with the admin, almost like a Real Housewives type of flow, where you actually got to see the interaction throughout the day, and then you got the phone call because you didn't get the permits in time to park the truck in front of the building, and then cut to the scene where the guys are having to carry the furniture down the block to get it into the house, and shit, you don't even have a freight elevator,
Right. I was just thinking, you had Robert Irvine on your show. right? Or you were going to have him on. So he did Restaurant Impossible.
Yeah.
So this thing, as you're talking, and I think, you know, the brainstorming, it would be great to like take a show around the country that shows different stagers doing their business in different markets, but just like spend a week, you know, and then do the footage, like it'd be like maybe like a once a week show, but you would have a week of filming, showing a week in the life of staging. I wouldn't call it staging impossible, but some kind of a buzz thing. But I think that'd be great because people run their businesses really differently all over the country, and not everybody has a warehouse. But you know, I think it would be really awesome to show, you know, how something is done in the Pacific Northwest versus the South, you know, the Southeast, and even the types of properties that are being staged. So any kind of show would be educational. So we'll have to talk about that when we're together. We'll sit down.
My problem is so I know Abby over at HGTV. I know Jason over at TDN. The problem is I still don't think they understand staging. I don't know that staging is really on their radar. You know, like I want to slap them and be like, hey, wake up! This is an entire industry with huge revenue potential,
right?
And is run entirely different than your regular residential interior design business.
Right.
They're all unique, but this is a missed opportunity. I think they look at the staging industry wrong, and it infuriates me because I thrive on change.
Right.
I thrive on moving a concept forward. So, if, like, for those that don't know me, and you see me involved in my tech platform, Design Wall, and I've got the talk show, and I'm putting together events, and I'm putting together panels that aren't typical panels. They're more Q&A and more let's get something out of it, mastermind groups. And why? Because I thrive on change. And for me, I'm not in the staging industry. But that first interaction with the person at the airport last October, when I asked, you know, hey, are you here for marketing? She said, I'm just a stager. I was like, no, that needs to change, you know?
Right.
And then when I talked with, I won't say who right now, but when I talked to a person about the staging opportunity, it was a big manufacturer, big multi-line rep, and they said, yeah, we'll show them our clearance section. I was like, how are you missing this?
Right.
Stagers don't want your clearance leftovers. They want a solid relationship with a vendor who understands the needs of the staging industry, and those needs are different than your residential designer. Just like the needs of a hospitality purchasing agency or hotel are different than your residential designer.
Right.
But it infuriates me because they haven't even taken the time.
Right. And if they understood
I've been knocking at their doorsteps, saying, "Hey, get with it." But I wish they would take the time to understand.
Yeah, and if they understood, I mean, a staging company that's has been established and is growing, they buy a ton of inventory and they're buying new stuff, and so we buy way more probably than a residential designer because our projects we do many more throughout a year. We'll do multiple things at a time, so I'm not going to buy just one living room grouping for a client. I might say we need 20 of 15 of this, or we might need 10 of that, or we're going to do a bunch of different things all at once because we have all these houses we have to support, and we sell the inventory as well. There are people that want to buy it, so there's we need to talk. I was taking some notes, so when we get together, we'll kind of chat. I have an idea of how we might be able to do something, and it may involve somebody like Jeff Wong. I know you're watching. So anyway,
I would so on Design Talk Live we've started finding new shows. Let's pick up a conversation of creating a show. Donna, the show format that Donna is going to be doing, Donna's going to spin off and do her own show. Her show is going to be Lux Lifestyles.
Oh, cool.
So she's going to be, as an interior designer, going into luxury homes and yachts and stuff in the Dallas area, businesses and, you know, over the top places. It's kind of like mansions and millionaires type of thing.
Right.
And she's going to be giving tours based off of a designer's perspective, a designer's eye. And Donna's the queen of bling, so this is going to be luxurious queen of bling, you know?
Yeah, and Dallas is perfect for that.
Yeah. And so with her, right away when we came up with this concept, I was like, let's create this show concept as a franchise. We bought Lux Lifestyles, but we also bought all the cities: Dallas, New York, LA, San Francisco, Houston, Chicago, Miami. So what I'm already doing is talking with other designers from those different cities, and what we'll end up with is Lux Lifestyles Los Angeles, Lux Lifestyles Dallas, and so you'll have all these different designers showing you the different, you know, the different cities and the different, and from the different perspectives, and I think that could be pretty interesting. I'm curious if we couldn't put something together for the staging industry.
Absolutely.
Like that on a free format live stream. I'm creating live stream broadcast programming on Design Talk Live. Cool.
Yeah, we definitely can do that. So I know there are people that would be interested in, you know, whether it's a regular property or even luxury, you know, I mean, there's people that are going to be earning their luxury designation. So, but I think that'd be really great. There's, you know, we got people all over the country and even in the world. You could even go, you know, we can go over to Europe because we have people staging over there. I mean, we had 14 countries at our conference. We just added the UK. I think Denmark, we have our first person from there. Somebody from Scotland, which I know is UK. So there's people are coming on, and we just, of course, launched Latin America. So this could be a global information, because I think the more people watch and learn and get educated about the industry and what, you know, what it entails, the more they're going to understand. My daughter and I got into it this morning with scheduling for today, because a house that was supposed to deliver yesterday couldn't because the carpet people messed up, so it got to deliver today, which puts us in a bind because pictures are at 3. And I don't take the time all the time to explain to these realtors everything we have to go through. You know, my role is to make the house look great and make their life easier, or else they may not call me again. However, I feel like if the public really understood what we do, they wouldn't. I had another client yesterday, they said, oh, we're not ready, just come tomorrow. And I said, the truck is already rolling. I said, they are on their way and they're coming to your house. I said, I can't just tell them to go off the road, so that they don't understand the logistics behind it. And so some would say that's my fault for not educating them enough, but I also feel like, you know, I teach them as far as what my boundaries and parameters are, but I really feel like if they saw everything that goes into it, we're basically with vacant houses moving in and setting up all the artwork and making the house look fabulous in a matter of hours. And when people move in for real, that takes days for a lot of people to get their house pulled together. So, yeah.
No, there's so much about it. Look, my mom was selling her mobile home, and she was like, she's like, yeah, let's get it all cleared out, and then I'll go around to thrift stores and stage the house. And I was like, oh God, Mom. I mean, slip my wrist now.
Well, you know,
you're talking to a person who loves this industry. That's not staging.
Well, it's funny because, you know, I think back in the day, I mean, people did do that. They would go to the thrift stores, and I would even, you know, 16 years ago, you go, that I could make use of that love seat, or I might be able to use that lamp. But I would never do that today because people don't want the old stuff. We're telling people to get rid of the old stuff. So the industry has evolved. So it's not just any old couch that has to go in a room to show scale. It has to be an on-trend couch that attracts the buyer. And that's where I think the disconnect is with a lot of homeowners. They don't understand why maybe some of their things aren't suitable to get the best price. They don't want to get rid of their old ugly stuff. One of my team members did a hands-on yesterday in an occupied, and this house, the couch was ugly in the family room, ugly, old. Anyway, she sent me the pictures just with, you know, we brought in artwork and accessories. We brought a new grouping into the living room. But anyhow, that family room grouping that I thought was ugly, you throw some pillows on there, you coordinate some other things. We brought some accent tables in, and, you know, it looks good. I mean, it could look better if they got rid of their stuff, but it was completely transformed. So, you know, it's the best option is always to have things that are more on trend and be willing to invest in renting things to make your house look the best for sale. But, you know, stagers really work magic. I'll just put it out there. I mean, we really do transform some really ugly houses and make them look, this looks actually really good.
Well, this is why you, I was just using an analogy the other day. So if I were to give you two gifts, right? And one was just a cardboard box, and it was kind of kicked around and kind of dirty. And the other one was wrapped with nice wrapping paper. It had an artistic bow. It had, the bells and whistles. It had some extra, like, fringy things on there to make it extra pretty. And it had an awesome card. And when you open that card, it had a great, the envelope was amazing. And it even had scent on it. Like, it smelled good.
Right.
Right? Which present do you want?
Right. You're not going to pick the ugly one. When I go talk at offices...
This is why you hire a professional, though.
Right.
This is the difference. And I was talking with a hospitality designer who constantly struggles with the client, and especially like the money people, about establishing the value. Well, that analogy, like, sure, would a box work? Yeah, I'm just giving you a present.
Right.
If you open the box, an Amazon box, it's still the same thing, but the experience is entirely different.
Right.
The experience is elevating. So when you hire a professional stager, you're not getting the bias of, this is my favorite cow wallpaper print. Right. You're getting the experience of a person that knows and loves selling houses. They design to sell your home. Right. For, in some cases, way more money. That asking price, you want that person to come in and clamor, compete, right, to buy the house. Yeah. That's when you're winning, and you're not going to do that with your cow print or right, that busted up cardboard box. It's just not going to. Or the
furniture you've had for
it sells.
Yeah, and it's always gearing towards a target buyer. So I've had a couple of clients, their house is full of beautiful antiques. And, they're valuable to them. They may not sell, there's a lot of people who don't want antiques now, but it's certainly the target buyer. If they're a millennial, they don't want that stuff. So it's hard to deliver that message to the homeowner that these are precious to you, they're beautiful, they're valuable to you, but the buyer coming in, they don't see it the same way. So we really have to say there's nothing wrong with your things. However, to get the sale and the price you want and, attract the target buyer, you need to make some changes. And that's a hard message to deliver. So let's talk about the event on Sunday. So tell everybody who's watching what's happening at High Point.
So again, and I do these in an effort to change, right? Like I love this industry. I've been designing light fixtures for hotels and casinos for 18 years. And that's given me a really unique perspective. I'm not selling. I have nothing to sell. We've got sales reps that do that. So I got to watch the interaction. And I love this industry. I love the creativity. I love the people who, I say this all the time. Interior designers, when I talk to them, they say, I make things, homes and whatever, beautiful. And I think you do a lot more than that. I think that designers change the way that humans and whatever people or the animals engage with our planet. You guys have a huge contribution that you give to the world, from designing all different spaces, hotels, zoos, restaurants, homes. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate you guys. I'm a product designer. I'm not an interior designer. I like change. I like pushing us outside of our comfort zones and into new territories so that we can explore our creativity to the fullest. So part of that is this reunion that we're throwing. This has never been done before. Our industry, typically you go to these market events and they get maybe, typically one panel speaker, maybe a handful, maybe at most a dozen speakers is kind of a hard one to juggle. Nobody really gets a chance to talk. we've never done a red carpet with limos, giant press event like we're pulling off for the HGTV reunion, HGTV Stars reunion. So what we've got going on in High Point, I'm super excited about it. Theater Alexander is hosting a pre-party. So all of the celebrities, and we've got, I think we cleared yesterday 40 celebrities.
Wow.
And they're all bringing a +1.
Wow.
So we've got 80 plus people, and then I know more people are signing up today, are coming out. They're going to meet over at Theater Alexander. At Theater Alexander, they're going to be interviewed by House Tipster. So Christopher Grubb is going to be conducting interviews with each of them. What's awesome about that is they get to talk about themselves. They're promoting whatever it is that they're giving updates on what they're working on, and they're promoting whatever they want to promote. And House Tipster will be distributing that content. Then we're doing limo shuttles from there to Showplace, which is the two big buildings at Market. Showplace is where Surya's at. And so we're doing limos to there. There's a red carpet that runs from the street all the way to the front of the building. Along the way, we've got 15 private press boxes. So imagine the Academy Awards or the Emmys, where when the stars get out of the limo, all along the way, you know, all kinds of different fashion magazines and, you know, TMZ and all these guys are pulling people over. E! Entertainment News is pulling over, you know, Brad Pitt and saying, hey, Brad, you know, how's it going? You know, what do you got working on? What are you working on? And what's going on with the kids? And, you know, whatever. They pull over and they do these little quick interviews. And then they're going to go on to the Sunpan step and repeat. That's a 8x10 backdrop. And the Chase Lounge is going to be doing interviews on the red carpet with all the different celebrities that walk by. That's all in front of, we're setting up police barricades along the whole route where fans can come. And when you're talking fans, we've got for Market, you've got retail buyers that are out there shopping for their retail locations. They're bringing along family members and coworkers, and we've got sales reps, and we've got manufacturers. And so the fans are there's plenty of fans. So we've got this whole police barricaded stuff so like all the fans can watch. Then the celebrities are going to be escorted upstairs to the Surya showroom, where we're going to have a 1-hour private reunion. That part I find magical, and this is again where you know, different seasons of and different castmates from different shows get to catch up, and so in a lot of cases meet for the first time. I know Tim DeSanto was talking yesterday about how he's excited to meet people that he sees on the list that he's never met before. And then he's excited to meet some of the people that were on other seasons of Design Stars and kind of compare notes and talk about like, hey, you know, did they fix this by the time they got to your season 6? And, you know, they changed the show format. How did that work? And, you know, are you still talking with this person? Because I love that producer, but we fell out of contact, you know? So that's going to be so amazing. I mean, just the connections, you know? And then after that, it opens to the Surya party. They've got live entertainment. We're working on some surprise stuff for that as well, where, you know, we may be able to see some of your favorite stars from HGTV take the stage. Throughout that party as well, there's going to be little step and repeats positioned throughout the showroom where you can take photos with your favorite stars.
Cool. So
you can get that photo with, I think Hillary Farr is coming from, is it Love It Listed or something?
Yeah.
We've got.
Yeah, I think she's Love It Listed.
So
how do people?
Tom Felicia's showing up, so he'll be there. So you get photos of Tom and, you know, Callie and Donna and Tim and
everybody.
You name it. And we've got some wild cards that we're waiting on this week to confirm. And Angie Everhart, my friend Angie Everhart, the
she's so nice.
supermodel, she's going to be there as well. So I think it's just going to be, it's over the top.
Right.
It's never been done in our industry. So to be honest, it's been hard to like let people understand. They're like, wait, what?
What should they expect? So for
this is massive. This is limos, red carpet, press, crazy,
So for people who want to attend the event after the private, they're asking how do they sign up. So he has information on his Design Talk Live. So you can either just on Facebook look for Joseph, and he spells his name Haecker. You can go to his page, and there's information to sign up there. I know I shared it. So I'll pull the link to it, and I'll share it on the show page here. But you just need to go in and register. There's no cost to attend. So I want you guys all to know that. Are they going to cap the numbers, Joseph?
We were talking about that. So you do have to register if you go to SuryaFall2018.com.
So Surya, so say it. So Surya, Surya, Fall 2018.com. That's where you'll find it. So somebody type that into the comments that's listening. Okay, go ahead.
On that, you're going to find all of the people that are registered to attend, and you're going to find the shows that they're on, so you can kind of start putting together like if you want to really catch that person,
stalk
we've
them,
got all that
in other
posted.
words.
And then we've got the run of show, so we've got the times and the schedules for where everybody will be. I encourage people to come out and go watch all these people exit the limos and walk the red carpet. I think that's just going to be exciting for our
really
industry.
Fun. So,
and then on the website, there's the link for. You're going to need a couple of different things. You have to register for market, so we've got links for that, and then we've also got links for the Surya party. So you have to be registered for that as well.
So are they going to have? Are the celebrities going to have? Are the celebrities going to have name tags or anything? I mean, sometimes they don't look like their picture, and I'm going to study up. I'm going to look at I'm going to go online and see who's coming, so I don't make a faux pas. But are they going to be identified, or just me like, hi, here? Like if I go up, I'm like, hi, who are you? And I don't want to insult them. So are they going to have any kind of identifier?
I think the cool part is that along the red carpet, you're going to see. So if you come watch them walk the red carpet, you're going to watch them get pulled over by the different House Beautiful and different magazines and Elle Decor, and watch them get interviewed. So you're going to hear some of the backstories and the questions that I think will be pretty interesting. Hey, do you still have that beef with this one person from that one contest show, or whatever. I know that we had a couple of very well-known celebrities that couldn't make it because they've got things in their personal life that they're trying to avoid the press on now. So, it's pretty interesting. Now, you wouldn't think our industry's got that much drama or whatever, but I think that you'll be able to watch and catch a glimpse of, and then when you come upstairs for the Surya party, you'll be able to engage with them directly, and it's going to be pretty exciting.
Oh yeah, I predict this will be sort of an.
I don't know that they're going to be wearing name tags.
I'll study up then.
We will have.
I'll study up then.
Yeah. No. Inside the Surya showroom, once the reunion breaks, then people like Hillary and Tom Felicia and Kelly and these guys will they'll go over to Step and Repeats, and then we'll form lines, and you can take photos with them as well. So
cool.
You'll be able to find them at the different spots, and I am pretty sure that people are going to be kind of like, let me rewind a little bit and say that the biggest event that Surya had ever thrown, the most well-attended event, was a photo op with Candace Olsen. We've got over 40 design celebrities registered. So that's just like having 40 Candace Olsens.
Right. It's like
I think
exponential.
People are going to kind of jump in this line and then go jump in that line and get that photo with Tom and go get that photo with Kelly and get that photo with Hillary, and so
it's going to be fun.
We've got Carson Creasley is going to.
I love him.
He can't make the red carpet part, but he's going to show up for the party.
He's great. Yeah, I predict this will become like an annual thing and like an exclusive, because I don't know how much room Surya has for the party, but I could see, this will be in big demand in other locations as well. I could see, something like this in Vegas. I know you're working on activities, but that's really great that you're pulling all that together. So those of you that are going to be at High Point, it's Sunday. So this is Sunday evening, and it's the public part of it, for the peons. I think that starts. We're not peons. Is it 6 o'clock? Right? When do we go in?
This is nobody else is organizing anything like this. And
no.
In fact, we've got TA, we've got RST brands, we've got Surya, we've got all these different, and we've got Sunpan. We've got all these manufacturers that, these guys don't come together to put together an event. Right. So it takes an outsider to kind of put this together.
And you're the connector.
Yeah. And so for the design public, the red carpet starts at about 4:30.
Okay.
So it's going to be right there by the concert area, by the porte cochere, by show place, where the food trucks are on the other side of the food trucks. And so 4:30, from 4:30 until 6 o'clock, you're going to be watching these different celebrities and all these VIP guests exiting their limos and walking the red carpet. And I think, that's just going to be so much fun for our industry.
It'll be fun. Yeah. So, and then 7 o'clock.
Recognize a person, trying to go who is that? And,
right.
And then the side conversations that come from that is I'm just so excited about the possibilities of it,
Absolutely. And so the public party probably sounds like it kicks off around 7-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's about 7 o'clock. They start letting in for the party.
Cool. Well, I'm super excited. So I'll be there. I know Krista's going to come. I know Sandra and Lynn will be there. And there'll be a lot of our group that'll be at High Point that'll be attending. So those of you that are in the area that maybe you weren't thinking of going down until, other days, think about journeying down there for this event, because it's going to be really fun. It'll be nice to be able to say that you were at the inaugural event that took place. And Joseph, you are a true connector. I'm looking forward to having you. He'll be at our event as well. We're going to have him doing some broadcast live, some interviews with our people, and so you'll be coming in on Wednesday, and of course the event kicks off on Thursday. So we are. I see, what time is it? 10:37. Okay, so we are out of time. I'm going to go ahead and turn the show off. It's always easy to talk to you. So thank you for joining us. I'm sorry we couldn't see you in person, but I'll look forward to seeing you in just a couple of weeks, less than that, in High Point.
Honestly, I'm excited. I've got back-to-back. I get to go connect with all the residential peeps. That's going to be awesome. Connecting all these HGTV people, manufacturers, and the Q&A sessions and the mastermind groups, and then staging. And I would love to see more intermingling.
Yes.
and my hospitality friends, I want to break those walls down. Let's celebrate our design community better.
Absolutely.
More inclusively. I think it happens in time.
Yeah, it definitely will.
I think that we're all better for it.
Absolutely. Well, I love that philosophy, and I love you for what you're doing. So be safe journey out there, and then we'll see you in High Point, and then conference right after that. So it's going to be a big week.
Yeah. I'm going to be living in North Carolina.
Yep. Well, that'll be good. And so all you guys that have tuned in, thank you so much for watching. And we're going to go ahead and sign off now, and we'll be back next week with another segment of Homestaging Talk Show Live. And don't forget to watch Joseph's segment. He's on Tuesdays at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And he always has great guests. He's got musical guests, always interesting topics. And he moves around. You never know where he's going to be shooting from. So you get different backdrops behind his show. So he always has a great show. So that's 8 a.m. on Tuesdays, Design Talk Live. So, all right. Thanks, Joseph. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And we will be back next week with a new segment. Have a great week, everyone. Bye.